What's up, guys? Welcome back to Digital Dive-In Late Night Episode. Your weekly proper gaming talk show is back, talking about the state of play that literally just happened. We're recording this like a couple hours after it aired, so these opinions are fresh, kind of, more or less. But yeah, if you didn't know, there's a state of play. By the time this video goes up, there's a state of play yesterday. They dropped a lot of game trailers. They did focus a lot on the PS VR2, which is going to be a thing, apparently. We did get a couple good video games that are coming out for the PS VR2, including Resident Evil 7. Is that 7 or 8? Village.
8.
I forget what it is. 8. Yeah. Village. A Horizon Call of the Mountain trailer for the VR, and that looks dope as heck. I'm really into VR bows and arrows. That looks so freaking cool. The traversal looks cool. I am into it. I'm going to be terrified when I come face to face with a ginormous machine, but it looks awesome.
I mean, it definitely looks interesting. I'm definitely in the anti-VR
That's fair.
group, just because I just don't like. I don't know. For me personally, I've tried VR. I tried it when they had it for the Samsung phones with the headset and everything.
Oh god, that was horrible. It was just a phone in your face, and that's all it was. It was barely VR.
No. I mean, but the games were actually really.
Yeah, the games are okay. I tried them out when I was substituting. We would like try them out in my class once in a while. I'm like, yeah, I don't care. If you're done with your work, let's give this a shot.
I mean, it doesn't matter which ones you're talking about. VR in general for me is just like, I feel like it cuts off way too much of your five senses. Well,
I mean, of course, you can't really do a whole lot right now with VR because it's not full dive. So you're really only going to have sight and hearing. That's pretty much it.
Those are your two most important ones.
Well, yeah, that's all you have. That's the two that they can only replicate in a game right now.
You know, but what I'm saying is like I like being able to be immersed in a game, but still be able to see around me if something's going on.
Yeah, the peripherals are. I mean, peripherals are always an issue when it comes to video games, unless they're in third person. Which I mean, I find first person games way more immersive. Obviously, because you're first person. But the thing is, like, even first person games, like, your peripherals are shit. They're non-existent. In VR, you have a little bit more peripheral vision, but it's not to the extent of what we experience in real life.
I was talking about, like, in real life. Like, I'm always paranoid that if someone's going to come in my house and just rob me, kill me, whatever. You know, I just get paranoid like that. I just like having, like, a sense of awareness around.
Oh, yeah, I get it. No, I get it. I think, in my opinion, like, VR has come a very long way from the gimmicky bullshit it was, like, 10 years ago.
It definitely has.
But it's still not at the point where it's, like, you know, something that I would literally drop a ton of money on.
I mean, eventually it's going to take off because the younger kids are going to be all about it.
Yeah, of course.
So, eventually it is going to take off, but...
I'm interested to see how the PSVR2 handles and works and everything, because that's probably the most unused VR headset out right now.
I mean, honestly, I expected them to talk more with how much they emphasized the VR. I thought it was only like 5 minutes, honestly.
They like mentioned it. They talked a little bit about the VR headset, the new features and stuff, and then they went right into the games that are going to be coming out for the PSVR 2. Which were, like I said, Resident Evil Village, Horizon. I think No Man's Sky, I think, was in that as well.
Yeah, it was.
I forget what else that they dropped. It was like, those are the three main ones. No Man's Sky, they've had VR support for a while now. So it's no surprise that they're going to be supporting it in the PSVR 2. And plus, they just dropped the new Leviathan update, which looks so freaking dope, and makes me want to get back into the game.
I mean, honestly, I also want to say overall, I like the fact that the state of play was just short and sweet and to the point. We didn't have any cheesy, gimmicky, like, you know, let's swing into the next fucking announcement trailer with this one. You know, like, we didn't have any cheesy dialogue or anything. It was just short and sweet. And
we got some developer like insights and stuff like that, which is cool. But yeah, mainly it was just like game trailer or gameplay back to back, dropping all this stuff, and that's about it, which is fine. That was okay. In my opinion, it wasn't like mind blowing, but again, it was like a 30-minute event. So there's a couple of games that were really cool, but most of it's just like
Sony popped off. Nah, Sony popped off. Sony popped the fuck
I think
off.
they played it safe, if anything.
Nah,
they couldn't. I'm actually kind of surprised that they didn't show off anything for God of War Ragnarok.
I'm not.
They might be saving it for Games Fest.
Yeah, they're saving that shit.
Yeah,
they're saving it for because they also have a state of play. They usually have a state of play in the fall, right? So yeah. I think they're literally saving it as like their last trump card to get people hyped. Because I know, and I noticed a lot of what they showed off comes out this year. That's also what I'm happy about too. A lot of things they showed off comes out in the fall.
Yeah, there's only a handful of games that come out that they tease for 2023 or later.
Yeah. It was only like one or two.
Yeah.
No, I say they popped off because there was about 4 or 5 in there that were just like, yo.
Yeah.
Spider-Man coming to PC,
that's
huge.
Dope. That's cool. I like that a lot. Huge. We finally get to see Shrek swinging through New York City. So that's gonna
I know. It's going to be so nice.
The amount of mods that are going to be in this freaking game are insane. Bro, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, they're probably going to do like Justice League, fucking, they're going to do a lot.
Maybe. It's gonna be Spider-Man with lightsabers swinging through New York City. You know it's gonna happen, and Doc Ock is gonna turn into Thomas the Tank Engine or some bullshit, or no, Rhino into Thomas the Tank Engine. That'd be perfect.
That'd be amazing. And then you had I'm not gonna go through all of them.
No, God,
I'm gonna just breeze through why I think they popped off. They had that. Then you switch over to like Street Fighter 6. We've been waiting to hear anything about that. That game looks beautiful. It looks.
I'm interested in that game because
it looks really good.
Is it an open world free roam game or
we don't know
what the heck is it?
Yeah, we just saw that.
Yeah, it looks like he was like running around and he found a street fight and then. But it was a totally like I don't know if it was like a Xenoverse scenario where you can create your own character,
right?
Or Xenoverse, in my opinion, Xenoverse was not great.
I think Xenoverse was awesome, but I think it was good for what it did.
Yeah,
it did really good at what it was supposed to, and it's just supposed to make you feel like a Dragon Ball Z character.
Yeah, exactly. Your own.
But no, it looks So somebody mentioned that it could be like an online hub thing where like there's certain fighting games where you can like walk around and talk to people and challenge them to fights. So like
that'd be kind of interesting.
That's what that was. So that's interesting. And then of course they popped off at the very end with Final Fantasy 16, which we have been waiting. Not me.
Really? Exactly. You haven't been waiting for shit for Final Fantasy. But I am so over Final Fantasy. I don't give a shit anymore.
But that's the thing. Objectively.
I'm sure. Yeah, the fans are like, oh my God.
Objectively,
they're creaming their
Sony
pants over this.
Yeah, Sony popped off with this. And they popped off so much that now people are looking at Microsoft like, all right, so they just showed us at least, even if you weren't into Roller Dome, which I loved, Roller Dome, Stray, honorable mentions, Roller Dome, Stray look really good.
Yo, I'm low key super hyped for Stray. I just want to be a cat. I just want to be a cat running around in a cyberpunk world. Yes, just give it to me. That's the best gaming. That's going to be the best gaming experience I've ever had in my life.
So you got,
it's going to be awesome.
You got 4 games. You got at least 4 games people are hyped for. 4 big games people are hyped for. And then you have it all coming out in 2022. Meanwhile, Xbox, everything's gotten delayed. Everything's not coming out until 2023 or later. And so now we're all looking at Microsoft like, all right, so Sony just kind of popped off right now. What?
Yeah, a little bit.
So it's just like,
Xbox has still got stuff in the works. I mean, they still got Avowed. They have Starfield. They got so much that's hopefully coming next year.
Right.
I don't know. But as for this year, I don't know if they have any more big titles coming out this year at all.
Yeah, so
I'm saying Sony still has God of War. They have all the games that were announced today. like Callisto Protocol looks
Yes.
freaking nuts.
Another reason why Sony popped off, because that's coming out in December. So
Yeah, it's coming out in December. It's
yo,
from the original creators of Dead Space, not the developing team, but like I guess one of the original writers or one of the original devs that left EA. So that's pretty dope. It looks super cool. It looks very similar to Dead Space, and I
have a theory that it's a shared universe, but
it might be. But I kind of wish they would have just gone a different direction and did something like completely new instead of just something that's comfortable for them. At the same time, this is probably one of their first games that they've made since Dead Space. Because I don't know this team at all.
I mean, I think it's good that they stuck with this genre because, like, you're constantly getting games that attempt horror but don't really succeed at it. And so everybody had a bad taste in their mouth after Dead Space 3 because it was notoriously not great. It wasn't scary. It had a lot of microtransactions. It was just... So they wanted to come back and say, hey...
it's a black mark on the Dead Space record.
Yeah, so they're doing this. So Dead Space Remake is coming back on top of this game. I feel like they're trying to set up for something, but then you also have like stuff like Resident Evil, where it's just like people complain that it's too scary. So then they tone it down with Resident Evil 8 from Resident Evil 7 to 8. So I think it's good that they stick to the genre because they can keep horror horrific like it's supposed to be. You know?
No, I get it. I get it. And like. When you say it like that, like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But at the same time, they could have done so much with, like, their know-how. Like, I honestly, if EA had, or Ubisoft brought them in to do the Rainbow Six Extraction game, that game would have been a billion times better.
Probably.
Because Extraction, I've seen the gameplay, and it's dull. Extremely dull. But this one looks cool. I don't know if it's going to be, like, in the same style as Dead Space. It just looks like they're going with the same vibe, I guess, and kind of the same creatures, almost, not really, but kind of.
I think they're going to show us something different. I think so. But then you could also say the same thing about Naughty Dog. Like right now, Naughty Dog is milking Last of Us and milking Uncharted. What's going to happen after this? Where are we going from here? So it's just like I think it's funny. I think it's interesting to see, even 20 years later, see these developing companies, like these companies, kind of evolve and change and like kind of figure out where the next move is. You know, so I'm wondering when they're going to give Final Fantasy a break, but that probably won't be anytime soon.
Bro, Final Fantasy is going to go on forever. Just like Kathleen Kennedy said, Star Wars is going to go on forever, and I'm just like,
oh yeah, Star Wars is undead. I do want to go off tangent here and say that like alongside the State of Play, we did have Sonic Frontiers drop their first.
Yeah, yeah, we had Sonic Frontiers and Pokemon drop earlier this week as well. We're not going to talk about Pokemon yet, because KJ really wants to talk about Pokemon. So we're going to wait for him. We're going to wait for him to come back probably next week, maybe next week, because actually probably not next week, because next week is also Game Fest. But Sonic Frontiers, we were talking about this in the group chat, but it looks bad.
It doesn't look bad.
It looks bad. It doesn't look great.
Did anybody have their listening caps on when they saw the video yesterday? It said, hey, we are going to be covering this for a whole
I get it.
month.
I get it. But if you're going to show off the very first gameplay bit and it's this, it doesn't bode well for the rest of it.
I think they're teaching people a lesson. No, they're pulling a Kojima. They're teaching people a lesson. They're like, yo, all y'all cyberpunk suckers that are butthurt because you got punked by a 10-year-old development game are gonna start hating and having naysaying about the slightest thing that looks off. You're like, oh, this game looks terrible.
All right. My biggest thing is like in most of the Sonic games, like the art style matches. It looks great. They don't miss when it comes to art style, you know. And even with the Sonic movie, Sonic looked great after a slight redesign. But they've been on point with it a lot.
Right.
But with this game so far, it literally looks like they took like PS3 Sonic and just dropped him into a world that kind of looks low-key like Death Stranding in terms of like the cliffs and shit. And then just slapped a bunch of ramps and rails and crap for him to run on. It looks like the game is insanely empty and all you're going to be doing is running on this track around this ginormous empty open world.
You saw on YouTube the feed came up for the Sonic gameplay reveal, which is tomorrow. They're doing, and that's the thing. I think they're just fucking with people. They're just like, yo, this is the before. We showed you the before, and this is the after.
Maybe
because here's the thought process. Why would you show off something so low key if you weren't confident that you had more to show later that was better? You know, you don't want to show your best.
Maybe they were hoping that video was actual good footage, when it's not. But no, I mean,
you have developers delaying games. I mean, you have developers delaying games, so it's not going to be the next Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, of course.
And
no, I get it.
Unfortunately, I have to say that Cyberpunk was the sacrificial lamb to get the gaming industry to wake up and know that we're not taking their shit. So I think they know what they're. I think they know what they're doing. Now, after tomorrow, they're going to show gameplay for tomorrow for actual villains. Because it was kind of weird that it was empty. It was kind of weird but like. I had a friend say they probably turned the HUD off. They took away the HUD. They literally just wanted to show you traversal and show you what was going on.
Yeah, maybe. But even then, like the traversal like doesn't look like anything different from what we've had in other Sonic games. It looks exactly the same as everything we've ever seen before, and even maybe a little bit more basic. And that's saying something for Sonic, who literally just runs, balls, jumps, and dashes.
I mean, he haven't had an open world Sonic game since Sonic Adventure 2. So I mean,
but that's another thing. I don't know. Open world Sonic is just like, I don't know if that's a good idea. Really.
Hey man, they said the same thing with Mega Man and Mario. And
Metroid. Mario was actually dope as crap though, because they made it dope as crap.
Yeah, but then everybody had the same fear. Mario's been a platformer for 20, 30 years.
True.
And now you're going to go open world. Everybody had the same idea. Everybody had the same fear. So I think it just, like you said, it just depends on how they do it. They're going to be covering it for a whole month, so we're going to see plenty of things about it. I think they're trying to just get everybody to just be patient.
I mean, we know we're going to see stuff in Games Fest because they're most likely going to be a partner for Games Fest. So that's a plus. But I don't know. I think I don't have high hopes for it. But then again, like I'm not a huge Sonic fan. The last Sonic game I played was that Sonic game that came out as a launch title on PS3.
Jeez,
that had freaking Silver and who else? It was Silver and was it Shadow? Was it Shadow?
You should have played Sonic Unleashed, man. That was.
Oh, I played Sonic Unleashed, yeah. But
that's probably the last one you played then.
No. Oh wait. Maybe. Or was that Sonic game for PS4? Whatever Sonic game came out that literally had like the 3 different Sonics in it. You know which one I'm talking about? Let me see if I can find it. It was. Oh my god. It wasn't great, and it pissed me off.
It wasn't great.
It just wasn't. It was literally just called Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, that was Sonic 06. That was terrible. That was the one where he fell in love with the human.
Yeah. That was freaking cringy as all hell. It was this one.
Yeah, Sonic 06. That was fucking terrible.
It wasn't great. I mean, I still had fun with it because, different Sonic characters and shit like that had Silver and it had... Was it Shadow? There's 3.
I think he was in it, but the game was still terrible.
I mean, yeah. Yo, do you remember the Shadow the Hedgehog game?
I was about to say that.
That game was awesome.
I've never played that game, and I'm so mad I did.
Oh, my God. That game was amazing.
I used to get Game Informer magazines about it. I was like,
that game was epic. You got a freaking machine gun and grenades and rocket launchers.
I gotta.
It was the best. It made no sense, but it was amazing.
I gotta emulate that game. And get
the one thing I do have to give the PS3 Sonic the Hedgehog game was the ending to the game was kind of dope. When he went like super, it was Super Sonic and he got all gold and badass and destroyed shit. That was awesome.
Don't give that game any validity.
It was the three Super Sonics all together fighting in a badass, epic, cinematic way. It was dope. It was super cool. That's the only thing I liked about that move or about that game was that ending. The ending was cool. But anyways,
I think the only thing that could ruin Sonic at this point is they made him fall in love with a human. That would be the only thing. I think they're riding the Sonic wave, man. I think if this game pops, Sonic's going to come back.
Like, we need Rogue back.
You said what?
We need Rogue back.
Yeah, we do. Oh, she was
the pinnacle of Sonic X.
And her fucking theme song, that saxophone, that sexy saxophone.
Of course. Oh my god, that was the best. But anyways,
cool.
But yeah, no. In terms of the state of play, which is what we trying to talk about mainly. It was good. It was okay. I think it could have been better. What was your favorite thing to come out of it?
It's hard to say. It would have to be because I hate horror games, so it's not going to be Callisto Project. I would have to say it would. What surprised me the most was Street Fighter 6.
Right? I was like, oh, I'm waiting for like Julian Cage to like tear this game apart, but it looked kind of dope.
It did.
We got Old Man Ryu. Ryu? Yeah. How are you say his name? I don't fucking know.
He looks like he's about to transcend to godhood, and dude, I'm all about it.
I love how he's the only character who aged.
Yeah.
like Chun-Li is still, young Chun-Li. It's just Ryu, right? How do you say his name? Ryu. Ryu, that's what I thought. So it's just like old man, like 50, like late 40s Ryu.
Yeah, and that's
and it's huge. The dude is huge.
My man went to the gym. My man went some Ray Nowak Johnson shit.
Oh my god.
So it's got to be between that and honestly, even though the game has been out already, Spider-Man for PC, man.
That's fair.
Like that shit looks so good. I'm gonna have to buy it again. I want that 120 frames, bro. I want those 120 frames, bro.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Ooh.
See, the two things.
What was your two favorite?
Well, I have three purely because of the Calypso project. That game looks super cool, and I'm always down for another Dead Space-like game. But of course, there was also Street Fighter because the game looks legitimately dope, and I'm not really into fighters, but I might freaking buy this game.
And they changed the logo.
They changed the logo, and it looks really cool. I was like, oh shit.
That's how you knew they were fucking around.
The gameplay looks smooth. It looks like it's going to be a ton of fun to play. The graphics look gorgeous.
But no, go ahead.
I was just saying, I like that they're playing with like the whole 3D style instead of like a set 2D fighter.
Yeah.
As it has been, but...
I have to pull back my expectations because everybody thought Street Fighter 5 was going to be the ish, and then it just turned out to not be it. And it was just really pretty at the end of the day. So
exactly.
I gotta scale it back, but I mean, I am definitely hopeful. But
no, the art style for this one looks so freaking good. Like it's got like that gritty feel, but still like keep the old school Street Fighter feel to it too.
And you notice the whole vibe was like passing the torch. So I'm thinking eventually we're going to try and phase out the older characters like Ryu and Chun-Li, which I'm going to hate. But and I think they represent us. They represent the people that grew up with Street Fighter, the 80s and 90s kids.
Jamie looks cool. Is it Jamie or Jaime?
Who? Oh, the drunken guy?
Yeah.
I have no idea how to pronounce his name.
Because if he's Hispanic, it's Jaime. But if he's not, then it's Jamie. So it's like, I don't know. It could be either one. They literally just threw his name up, and I'm like, he looks cool. I'm probably going to main as him because I can freaking troll with him, and I'm down.
What I'm going to be interested to see is the character roster because...
Yeah, seriously.
Initial Street Fighter games, like initial Street Fighter 5, the character roster was garbage. It was so bad. So I'm hoping that they at least keep some of the fighters in Street Fighter 5 in this game and not have to re-add them as DLC. because like Japanese fighters are known for that, and it's just
Yeah.
it's terrible. Like, say, hey,
Unfortunately.
we're gonna just chop this DLC. It's like, hey, let's get
Let's have you pay more for characters that should be in the game already.
like
Didn't Mortal Kombat 9 do that in a really dumb
did.
way? I was like, I forget what character they did not include. But it was like, oh my god, I forget the name. Oh my god, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was either I think it was Mortal Kombat 9. So bad.
It was terrible. So, but I'm hopeful for that. What were your other two?
The last one that's literally like top of my list. I already mentioned it was Stray. As soon as I saw this game, I was like, oh my, yes, this game is gonna be awesome. And this game was dropped like first trailer was dropped like 5-6 years ago.
It was I don't know if it was that long.
It was forever ago.
I remember hearing about this game a while ago, but
yeah.
I mean, honestly, speaking of cats, hello, darling.
My cat's currently in a box.
Just like the game.
Yeah. No, I think it's cool because like when they first dropped this game, like the trailer for it forever ago, it was just like, the cat walking through the world. Thought it was just going to be like this little chill exploration game as a cat. And that would have been great on its own. I love those chill ambient games. I think they're a ton of fun. But then they showed off like, enemies and shit. I'm like, hold up.
You can't even say this game was going to be great when you ain't even got no combos yet. We ain't even no combos yet. Where you pause at, bro?
Who knows if there's actually going to actually be combat? It looks like there's enemies in the game. It looks like they can like shoot you and shit. I'm like, hold up. Like as soon as the game, the trailer started.
It can't be a cat and mouse game. No pun intended.
Yeah,
it cannot be just a cat and mouse game. Like, where your combos at? Where the pause at, yo?
It looks like there. I have a feeling it's going to be similar combat to like something like Biomutant, except without weapons.
Maybe.
I mean, they did a good job in terms of like the animalistic combat type of thing. That was kind of cool. The game itself,
But no, they did because it was humanized. It was humanoid combat.
Yeah, it was human. Well, yeah, but you can still like jump around like an animal and like slash and shit. So they had that go for it. But either way, this one they showed off like that very first scene where like that tall dude with like the TV head, freaking creepy as hell. I'm like, what is that?
But he called them the Guardian. So
yeah.
Maybe he's like supposed to be like what they see humans as. I don't
know. They had like a little bunch of puffballs chasing the cat around, and I'm just like, what is happening? I don't know, but I want to play it. It looks so cool. Plus, the art style and the graphics look gorgeous. Like that cat looks real.
I mean, the messed up thing is this game's gonna sell millions just because it's a cat. Like, just because it's a pet. Not even because it's good, not because it looks, it's just because you get to be a cat. Like, that's it. Like,
that brings up another really good segue topic, because anyone who gets the other tiers of PS Plus gets this game for free on launch. So it looks like PS Plus is maybe doing some games as day one. Maybe
let's just say very, very select.
Well, I think they're doing what PlayStation Plus has already been doing, which is dropping like a handful of indie games on day one for PS Plus. Like they did that with Deep Rock Galactic. They did that with what was the other one that came out a little bit ago?
Well, technically Deep Rock Galactic was already on Steam.
Well, it was a Steam, but it was like the console release, and they released it free on PS Plus, which was dope. That game is amazing, by the way.
Okay, that game is
great party game. Awesome co-op game. Oh my god. But I think they've already been doing this, so you could argue that they're really not doing anything new here. And I don't know how much this game is actually going to be, if what level of the game this is going to be. It looks more like just like a little indie game. I don't know.
Actually, it looks more AAA refined.
It looks AAA refined, but I think it was just like an indie game with a bigger budget.
I mean, here's the thing. Once you really start getting into like PC gaming and stuff, you kind of realize it's all relative. Like,
for sure.
You look at the game, it's like It looks cool, plays cool, that's fine. And then you'd be like, oh, this is double A. Oh, this is indie. This looks way too fire to be indie. Like
Yeah.
it's not relative, you know. Like
Well, I just finished playing, or I just finished watching the two playthroughs of Far. The one was Far Lone Sales, and the other one was Changing Tides. Both of them indie games, but both had incredible production value.
yeah.
They were awesome. Highly recommend anyone to go out and play them. I kind of want to get them for my PC to see if
Indie games just
it'll
mean
run.
like you're an independent developer. It doesn't mean that you don't have.
Yeah, I mean technically CD Projekt Red was an indie developer for The Witcher 3. Technically, Witcher 3 is an indie game. So, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah,
But they're like on the
popping
top
since,
level of like indie.
Yeah, because they've been popping since like the late '90s. So.
I mean, Hello Games and No Man's Sky is an indie game. They had just like 20 people on their team to make that game.
Yeah, and I think that's why they changed it around so much because they got more people.
Yeah, they were able to hire more people with the sales of the game, and were able to improve the crap out of it. So that's awesome. But I mean, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, I don't want to talk too much about PS Plus, but I don't know if this will mean that they're going to be doing more day one launches, or if this just means that they're doing what they've been doing already.
I think they're testing the waters to see how good it does, because that was their big excuse about the quality of the game and the finances, and you're going to sacrifice one for the other, and all this boo-hoo, whatever. So I think they're just testing the waters to see what's going to come of it. And honestly, once again, it's going to do well because it's a fucking cat. So people are going to play it. It looks adorable. People are going to play it for free because it's a cat, and then PlayStation's going to be like, oh man, maybe this will do well. And then they're going to put another game on here that's not a cat, it's not going to do great, and then they're going to take it back.
The sequel's going to be a dog.
No. How about a squirrel? We've had enough dogs.
Oh my god, yes, I would love to play as a squirrel. Are you kidding me?
Like a fucking secret squirrel game, man. Bring that shit back.
Oh my god.
That shit would be dope.
Oh my god. What would that title even look like?
Secret Agent Nutcracker. Secret Agent Acorn. Secret Agent Acorn. There we go.
Okay, can we just have a Scrat from Ice Age game? Just make that happen.
Oh my god, yes.
Give me a Scrat simulator. All right, just make it happen.
It would be a sad game because he never gets the acorn.
Oh my god.
But it would be such a funny game, man.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Did you ever watch the actual short series that they gave him?
I watched a couple episodes. I never finished it.
It was just to close out the character, but it was so funny.
Yeah. Oh my god. I think at the end, doesn't he get frozen in a block of ice?
He does. And he washes up on a beach. I'm just like
oh
my god.
Jesus. But yeah, what are you guys' favorite games for the state of play? Were you interested? Were you wowed? Were you blown away? Do you think Sony popped off? Are you interested to see what Microsoft and Nintendo are going to do after seeing this? Tell us all your thoughts, comments below. Patrick, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, the one thing that I was just surprised that we didn't see more of was them hyping the crap out of their new PS Plus tiers. Like, they need to do that more. They definitely need to, because so far there's like zero hype.
Yeah, because they have to fix it first.
Well, yeah. Now they might be doing this during the Summer Game Fest. They might be hyping them up more during that event, but they should be hyping it up as much as they freaking can, because right now there's just no hype whatsoever. So
it's a complicated payment schemes for the stacking, and then
it was
only like 300 games were available on launch out of the 700 they promised. So
we'll see what happens.
Anyway.
But yeah, guys, let us know all your thoughts about this PlayStation State of Play. Let us know what your favorite games that were announced were. If you're hyped for the PS VR2, if you're hyped for Stray or the Callisto Project, whatever it is, let us know in the comment section below. Next week, we are going to be doing a big, long episode about the Summer Game Fest.
Yay.
We don't know when we're going to be doing that video. It very well might be another late night video. So get ready for two sleepy gamers.
Cocaine, folks.
Oh my god.
Cocaine and alcohol. Great for a late night show.
Oh boy. Hopefully KJ will stay up with us and do that video. Kind of doubt it because we're not going to be able to do it on Friday. But I don't know. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Let us know all your thoughts. Be on the lookout for that video. And we will see you guys next week in the Proper Game Talk Show. Stay excellent. We'll see you later. Peace.
Have a good weekend, guys.